would make it to the candidacy.
Okay, stop! No,
Anyway,
we're not going
on.
down this line of thinking or where it can go, but taking a look here at the defense coming out from Liquid, it's going to be Minstrel on the Zarya, Dummy on Roadhog, Mesrar on the Reinhardt, ID on Farah, to hang on Mercy, and AZK going to be on the 76.
Yeah, let's talk about stuff we actually kind of know about. So the offense is going to be running out. I was hoping Wins was going to stay on that offensive Widow too. I really love offensive Widow on this map. You don't even have to fire the gun and you make the defense play around it so much. But it's going to be Nox on the Lucio. Tvik will be on the Genji. Wins is going to play Zarya instead. Reinforce on the Winston, and AKM on Reaper, Unko on Roadhog. So oddly enough, Reinforce used to be like strictly Reinhardt, but he's been running a ton of Winston because this is their offensive setup that they want to go with. Merciless, huge initiation, very aggressive.
No, it does make sense, and they don't have the Mercy in the beginning, but if they pick out the Mercy immediately, which AKM is looking for, it's not gonna matter. To hang, bites the dust. 2, 3 quick kills here for Rogue. The Blitz offense in full effect as right now Team Liquid just getting run over.
Team Horn, or Team Killhorn is out. That's a pretty quick cap of first. Tvik just still up front, just trying to get poke damage in. Unko's going to try to punish someone with the hook, but they're forced very far back, trying to get this poke in. AKM is around the back. He's looking for Mercy already again. They spot him out, though, early enough, so that's going to at least give the defense some chance to get back on their feet. That's as fast.
Pretty good offense coming up from Rogue. I mean, everything they needed to get there, they got. They sort of brought it to Liquid. Liquid did not have a whole lot going well for them. Dummy going to switch off of the Hog onto Winston. I still like defensive Winston. I think defensive Winston is really good for punishing an offense, but they're going really far aggro here. Arguably too much, so they do land some poke that they need here from ID. Not enough to get killed, but now the defense is in a situation where they're way too far up, and Tvik looking to punish, coming out the Dragon Blade. ID already down, he gets to the back line. Oh my god! Tvik just took out 3 people with 1 slice!
That is an effective use of an ult. You ask for value on your ults. That is, again, most of a team full wipe right there. The only good thing going right now for Team Liquid is that the cart can't move any faster. So they're going to be slowed down and helped out by the defense that is the cart's slow move speed.
Yeah, the cart slow move speed does mean the defense is going to get back here, but interesting enough, Tvik actually switched off of Genji to the Fairy. He was only staying on Genji for the Dragon Blade, but what a Dragon Blade it was. 3 people, 1 slice. What more can you ask for? As Tvik now fighting the Fairy v Fair battle. Rogue trying to get deep in on here. The Winston, though, getting deep on Tvik. Tvik barely able to escape with his life. Going for the mid-air shots right now. Not quite able to land them. Both fight teams up back and forth as the defense dropping the Earthshatter. Does knock down 2, but they don't have the follow-through. At least not in the beginning, but here they are. They are starting to follow up on it. 3 kills here for the defense, pushing them back. And Unko is one of the people that died, so no res coming up. This will be a hold here for Liquid.
Alright, so they do finally stabilize just a little bit, and the good thing is they've never really had a chance to use their ults. So they have kind of a loaded deck of ultimates ready to use on the defense, and you know what? If they can just stall out for a little bit, none of this is going to matter. As bad as it was for a while, this card has not reached the second stage. They're going to defend at the kind of the second defensible point here. They've got a full deck of ultimates. As long as they can stabilize, take a breath, they're still in this map.
Look at ID. ID's going all the way back. Deletes Mercy with the Q. We've seen this movie before. Unco just already down here in this fight. Now the defense has huge edge. They did go for the Graviton Surge. They didn't quite get the follow-up. They're looking for an ID right now. Looking for those happy little rockets on the Tvik. Not able to find them just yet. And the thing here is for the defense is that oh no, the hang went down. Yeah. So this is not a free win here for the defense.
But they're still have the numbers. They're still chasing out. The offense didn't have enough to try to stay in and really sustain that fight. They're getting chased really hard. Dummy with a nice chase takes down Wins. Dummy on the Winston, notably.
Yeah, and I will say this for the defense. Liquid, it started out really rough. It looked like they were going to lose Streets Phase in short order, but they have been able to fight this back. And now, if you look at the offense is loaded for bear. They do have a whole lot of ultimates at the ready. Death Blossom, Barrage, all on the menu as they move forward. But I think for them, the key is here, they need to get on the Hang first. Hang's had some very good resurrections. He's really been causing trouble. And look at this. Deep in the back line is Dummy. Just Winston going ape in the back, knocking people way far back. Oh my goodness, Tvik almost dying to Dummy. But Dummy will die for that.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that was worth it. It did buy a lot of time, but now Dummy's not going to be able to get rezzed. It's going to be a 6v5, and I feel like Rogue is okay with this.
Yeah, I think it's fine to disrupt, but you got to get out there. I mean, your health pool's 1,000, but your jump's also on a really low cooldown, so you can bail after you do a little bit of work. There's no reason to really die fully there, and it just gives them a huge advantage during this fight. No res, as you said, that's going to force to hang in to try to res, and he gets slapped out of the sky. This should be second point. Dummy is back in the fight now.
Tavik was able to get in deep, got all the kills he needed. AKM getting in deep, and yeah, I don't actually like what Dummy did there, because here's the thing. He did buy time on his own. He pushed the entire offense back for about 20 seconds, but those 20 seconds were paid for with a near guaranteed push from Rogue because they had a 6v5 while the defense was missing a Primal Rage Winston. There's no way that was really worthwhile.
Yeah, isn't it nice to Primal Rage during a fight and really throw off the coordination of a coordinated team like Rogue? ID comes in, takes down Tavik. This is a nice switch up, though, going to the Widow here.
Look at AKM, though, over the top. He is looking for an opportunity. I think he knows where the Mercy is, and he's hanging on here, waiting for the offense to regroup. And what you'll see here is that Lucio is going to spot him out, so he's not going to be able to sit up here for as long as he wants. The defense knows he's there. Winston coming up, trying to take him out, but Winston versus Reaper, not always the greatest. AKM will Wraith for Mountain Time. He's going to get healed up, but his flanking position is gone.
Yeah, a little miscoordination as Hang went to the top to try to heal ID, and now he's going to get poked out by a giant rocket. Wins initiates here. He's spotted by the sound barrier.
Defensive sound barrier comes in. AKM with the attack visor just mowing people down. No shields in his way. AZK getting the triple, looking for Nox just to complete the set. And oh no, Nox says, enough of this. I want off this planet.
Hello.
Let's go. My planet needs me. I really like
Lucio died on the way back to his home
planet. The switch on the
planet.
defensive Widow has been great here because they've been kind of struggling a little bit with Tavik, but like now that the Widow's there, it just changes any kind of approach he can take. He's got to be extra weary of it. He's going to have attack visor up. Now Dummy switches off of the Winston onto the McCree here, I think, to help and to probably stall out some ults here, knowing that AKM's going to have Death Blossom up soon, hoping to hit that flashbang.
Dummy is starting out this fight with a bang, does take out Tavik for Team Liquid, and look at ID now on the Widow. You don't see Widow all that often here. He is looking for the headshot kills, not able to get them right in the beginning. ID gonna have to back out a bit too. Winston like deep in hot pursuit, and AKM, the speed boost, Death Blossom on the way, takes out 3 in a flash, and Rogue right now looking for the kill. The Resurrection though will bring up the entire TLC team as Reinhardt gets thrown into the pit. See ya, but very back and forth right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, as AZK and ID are actually combining for some kills. A nice Earth Shatter there should clean up the rest of this, as Wins is still in the backlines chasing down ID, but he gets machine gunned down by Widow. It's actually a pretty good machine gun, even though it has a scope on it. So they are able to stabilize here. They got bullied back into an already Death Blossom is what happened. I mean, the Death Blossom went down in the back. ID was trying to escape the Winston, jumped right down into it.
So the next fight is about to be underway here in just a moment. AZK on the payload, does have Tech Visor at the right, but it's really only ult that the defense has the clutch on here. Meanwhile, the offense, they do have Barrage, they do have Winston ult, and ID able to take out AKM in the very beginning. That's going to be a huge blow here for the offense, and Tavik doesn't care. Guts in the back, takes out AZK. Rez coming up here for the offense looking for blood. But here comes AZK, Tech Visor on the way, takes out 1, takes out 2. Oh my goodness, he's using the aimbot. No, that's just his ultimate. As AZK, yet again, finding value in the biggest of ways.
This defense is really stabilized. I like that they're going for the chase here, which is kind of a method you see on King's Row, that if you win this fight early and they're trying to get out, you don't let them. You really stagger and slow down that push. As bad as it looked for them for the first 3 minutes of the game, they've really pulled it back here.
Yeah, in the very beginning, it looked like Team Liquid was just going to roll over for 3 minutes time on King's Row, but they have bought all sorts of time here. Things have been going their way. ID has been getting the pickoffs. He needs some Widow towards the end. AZK has been absolutely great in defense, and even Dummy getting in here on the Reaper, getting the double kill in the back. And that just got ruined this offensive push here from Rogue. And Rogue, even though as Rez comes out, we'll see if it's enough, but if this push fails, they only have about 2 pushes left in them.
Yeah, Tavik takes himself out by running over Dummy. He had 100% barrage. They'd love to use that with Sounder, but now have to wait, should wait.
We have another attack visor on the way right now. AZK's charged up. Does he have people in his sights? Reinhardt's charging to the left. Reinhardt's charging to the right. And in the end, Liquid just winning this battle relatively decisively, and this is going to be the last gasp here coming out from Rogue in just a moment.
Yeah, and Reinforce used his Earth Shatter there pretty late in that fight, which could, in retrospect, be a mistake. You'd love to have that up now to combo with Barrage. AKM has Death Blossom, Nox has Sound Barrier, so they have initiation tools. It all has to come out right now.
Tavik with a huge kill in the ID to begin with. Forces out the Rez immediately. Rez no longer on the table here for the defense, and they are rolling right in. Soundbearer on the way here for the offense. Tavik going the barrage. Soldier 76 will not take him out. Instead takes a Helix rocket to the dome. AZK on the double kill. Had no HP for a while. Somehow able to bring it back forward. Has 2. Will he get more? Unco though. Huge resurrection coming in. He was not able to be killed in time. And this could be huge here for the offense. The offense trying to clutch it up, but AZK having none of it. What a game AZK is having here for Liquid.
The Hang already almost has another res because it charges that fast. So they're going to have a huge advantage here in the res fight. Maybe one push coming out now. But Wynn's is going to get taken down so late with his ult too.
This is ridiculous, and a lot of it has been from AZK.
Yeah.
He's the one that Rogue needs to kill right now. He's been getting so much value on the back line. He doesn't die early in the fight, and then once a few people die, he just rushes right in and mows people down. It's been great. And in fact, Tavik right now has actually switched to a counter 76, so maybe they do recognize some of the problems they've been having with everyone's favorite soldier.
Hey, he's been so good on the chase, too, just getting in the backline, not allowing those retreats to ever come off successfully. He's the one who took down Wynn's before. Wynn's blows his ult, gets absolutely nothing out of it.
Both McCree's used ult, they got nothing out of it. Next fight is underway. Overtime here is in progress. This is truly the last chance for Rogue, but a big Earthshare coming down for Reinforce. Knocks down 2, sets up the offense for 2 kills. Resurrection's gonna have to come in for Dang here in a moment. It will come up. ID now gangs backline, does have Pulse Bomb at the ready. Defensive Tracer suddenly making its appearance. There's a Pulse Bomb, will blow up Mercy. Does not quite get the kill he's looking for, but again, AZK in the back was able to get 2 kills. There is no res though, so AZK is off of this fight now. He will not be the savior for Team Liquid this time. And we'll see if Rogue can make the most of this opportunity while AZK is dead.
Gonna have Soundbearer is gonna come off now, so this fight's gonna go on for at least a little bit longer. His only dummy is up. He's gonna get picked down by a...
Oh no, AZK getting booped off. He jumped towards the end. Lucio says no way, sends him to his death. He won't be able to be rezzed up as a result. And Rogue right now, a beautiful last push, taking out all they need to. The mop up from the Death Blossom. And Tracer getting onto the point in the last moment, but it should not be enough as Rogue finally finishes out with a... pretty much the longest time you can actually get and still complete the map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really impressed with Liquid right there. To be able to pull it back from the brink of humiliation, really. They were about to get rolled to a 3-minute time, and they finally stabilized, found some life in them, and AKM had a pretty nice game on Reaper.
I'm actually really surprised that they weren't able to go through here. This res from Dahang is actually the play of the game in my view, because that res saved the game. If AKM was able to kill him there, it would have been huge. They would have done that, but at time of 10:54. Oh my goodness, that was such a long overtime. That's a said to be able time would be not even giving it credit. It's effectively anything is going to beat this time, barring an even longer overtime.
Look at those numbers though. 20,000 damage from AZK, whereas the enemy Mercy healed 8,000. He single-handedly almost tripled the amount of damage that Mercy was able to heal. AZK with a game.
It was huge.
Yeah, 10:54. Pretty much if they finish this map, they should have it. It's one of the longest times you can put up on King's Row. So after that absolute blitz of a start where everything went wrong from Liquid, they stabilized so strongly at the end. Some nice hero picks, and you know, Dummy had a good game. So we're not trying to pick on a player. He actually played well on about 3 or 4 different heroes. So Dummy found his role, found his niche, played well on McCree, had a couple moments on his Reaper. So maybe he just had some nerves, is settling down, because I think it might even been in his head that he wasn't playing up to his level, and you know, that can get in players' heads. But maybe one good game will shake him loose, and we'll see a new Dummy.
By the way, quirking the new patch, we still have this intense game-ending music just going on the entire time through the score screen into the next game. This feels tense right now, Hex. The music just really sang the atmosphere. I know you don't have it on, but I'm doing the cast. I have to have it on. Either way, though, looking here at the defense from the side of Rogue as they roll out, it's going to be Nox here on the Lucio, AKM on the Reaper, Unco on the Mercy, Reinforce on Reinhardt, Tavik on the Pharah, and Wynn's going to complete the set on McCree.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same defense that they ran last time on King's Row. Nothing really out of the ordinary, nothing, you know, odd or interesting really about it. Pretty just standard heroes going to play a standard defense. I mean, I guess the one thing that is a little bit odd, especially in the meta, is that they're running a single tank. But, you know, they've just got a bunch of DPS behind it. Offensively, ID will be playing the Pharah. Of course, he'll be trailed in the air by his buddy Dahang. AZK, why wouldn't you play 76 after that game? Dummy is on Zarya. Mez is going to be on the Reinhardt and Minstrel on Lucio. So they are running 2 supports, 2 tanks, 2 DPS. Very standard old school setup from Liquid.
All right, I finally feel like I can take a breather. The intense music is gone. We're back to normal music. Thank you. My blood pressure can only take so much. And the offensive Team Liquid on the way. And effectively for them, if they complete the map period, they will win here against Rogue. That is how much time buffer that they do in fact have.
Yeah, so they can play it very patiently. I would just kind of pick their windows. They can poke if they want. They can play an aggressive offense. Really, they can just do whatever they want.
AZK right now going on top, looking for this early fair pick. Goes for the mid-air Helix Rocket, doesn't get it. Let's talk about what's going on in the rest of the fight. Mezra able to get a very quick kill on the ACAM. Dummy with the fall through. Nothing too crazy here, just Liquid moving forward, getting the kills they need to get, and Rogue getting pushed back just a little bit. And you look at this now, off of the skill advantage of being very aggressive. Dummy getting in deep on Zarya, 85% charge. That is face-melting territory. And they're just able to push Rogue back. Rogue is not out of it just yet. They will have one final push in here. Tavik leading charge coming from the top, but I don't even know. They're just being so tentative of getting back in. They're giving Liquid what they want, and Liquid's saying a very fast time right now.
Yeah, some really nice shielding actually coming out from Dummy to save Mez there from the opposing charge. They actually do use an Earth Shatter to take down the rest of the team. They're rezzed up, so they're going to have the res advantage too, but Tahang dies.
Things working out really, really well right now for the offense, and ID just cleaning things up left and right now. Does finally go down in the end, but everything going Liquid's way. AZK going to take Tavik out of the sky, and that's a good time being set by the side of Liquid.
Yeah, I think Rogue just took the fight to him really early on, and they got themselves all in bad positions. They ended up losing their tank early, who got isolated, and then just after that, they were unable to really bring in as a full force. Knight's Earthshatter's coming out. Dummy did a ton of work on that Zarya, as evidenced by the fact that he's got Graviton up, ready to go into the Streets phase.
Graviton is up, Tactical Visor is up. A lot of tools here for the offense, though. Earthshatter and Barrage are up here for the defense. Both teams have their options going to the next fight. And for Rogue, I mean, Rogue has to find a way to buy time here in the biggest ways. But here comes Tavik going to the backline. Here comes the Barrage. He gets right on target. But in the end, only gets one. He was very close to getting a triple kill. The Archway just barely saving. And I don't know if that Barrage was quite as worth as they would have liked, because the offensive respawn will be up soon. I mean, and they're going to be able to come right back, minus a Barrage on the defense.
They got one kill for 2 ults. I think it was really well played by Liquid to just get out of there, knowing that they're about to get jumped on. So they're like, fine, you can have this 10 feet of space here. The only bad thing was that they did lose ID late, but here comes a Graviton in.
The Graviton comes in for Dummy, sets up his team, and he just goes to the backline and lets AZK do the mop-up, which AZK willingly does, gets the triple kill, but the big res coming in from the side of Unco. All those Rogue players are up. The hammer is dropped by Reinforce, and the defense still might be in this, but hey, more hammers getting dropped here by Mezrar. Is turning to a brawl here in the fight. AKM, though, has built up a Death Blossom. He's going to get the big help, and he's going to look for glory here. Look at this. He's going in. Will he have it? Does almost take out Dummy, and he's waiting.
Yeah, everyone's really spread out, though, so not the ideal Death Blossom situation. He is behind Mez, though. He's actually going to take down ID from the air because they didn't have eyes on him. They are moving this cart pretty well, though.
He's moving in right now, and here comes ACAM. I feel like he forced this. That was forced. He got no value off that whatsoever. He's just like, all right, I want to go into them. But you're going to go into shields like that. All you did was actually just feed the Zarya some charge. Big misplay there by ACAM.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just part of the tone that they're trying to set from Rogue. They've obviously just being very aggressive here, looking for any kill they can get. They're not looking for big coordinated fights. If they see an opportunity to push in, they're going to do that. If they see an opportunity for kill, even at the expense of an ult, they're going to do that too. They're just trying to play this defense in the most aggressive way possible.
Tavik right now has ID in the sights, coming over the top, stalking his prey. Still has the barrage right now, keeping an eye on where the Mercy might be. Ends up slipping to the back, a little bit of razzle-dazzle from Tavik. Nothing really happening in his favor, and here comes AZK again with the attack visor. This is where the magic happens. And he will take out Nox to begin with. Gets the double kill, in fact, before finally getting swatted away by Tavik. Resurrection coming in from the defense, going to undo some of that damage. We'll see if it's enough as Mezrar now throws Shadow Zone, and ID raining the justice from above. Kills Tavik, not much else. Very scrappy right now in the payload, Hex.
Yeah, here comes down a late Graviton. There's absolutely no follow-up to it, so that's brutal from Dummy. Comes out very late with that Grav, and just no one there to help him clean up the mess, and he's going to actually die for it towards the end.
So here's the other thing for Rogue. Given how much time is left on the map, their actual best chance of holding this is just stopping them in the street space. If they can hold for another 3.5 minutes here, it's going to be huge. Easier said than done, but they do have the ultimates in their advantage. Tavik has Barrage. There's the Graviton Surge coming out. Will Tavik have the Barrage? Justice raining from above, but ID says no way. Takes him out, moves to the back, looking for Lucio. No, he had the reload. Not going to kill the Lucio as a result.
They had the super advantage as Tahang died early, but Unco also died. They are going to be able to clean this up in the end as they just kind of have the bigger numbers there. Hits a charge onto Dummy Zarya. I think it's just been really scrappy on both sides. It feels, I mean, this is going to sound worse than I mean it, but it feels kind of pubby. People are just going after each other, slamming ults whenever they see an opportunity. People are going in 1v3. It's somehow working out because they're both playing like this, but I think the next team to really put it together as a team and hit nice coordination, it's going to be the one who wins a big fight and like either defends the point or takes it.
AKM right now very content to sit here in the back, hoping that his next Death Blossom is better than his last. But this is a good place for a Reaper, and now you look at where the offense is going. This could be huge value here for AKM. He's going to drop down behind AZK. Goodbye to everyone. A quad kill from AKM. Make it 5 as the Mercy goes down. That is redemption for his last Death Blossom, and then some.
Yeah, so what is that? What's this stat card gonna read? 2 Death Blossoms, 5 kills? Because the first one got absolutely nothing, and that one got 5.
From the shadows.
Good stuff coming out from AKM. That's gonna buy them a whole lot of time. And now, the dream for Rogue of holding before the second point, absolutely a reality.
Yeah, 2 minutes there. I mean, it's about 5 minutes left on the total map time. Here comes an initiation from the offense. A defensive Sunbird comes in as well.
Big Earthshot, though, coming in from the defense, trying to set them up for glory. Mesro, though, getting in, but Unko and Reinforce getting the first 2 kills here for the defense. Very back and forth both sides. Unko is down. There will be no res here for the defense, and that is huge. Dang, already using his res. ACK right now with Attack Visor, looking for a little bit extra. Will mow down Lucy in the back. Gets the double kill at the aid of ID. ID and AZK both going off in Liquid. Will roll to this next point.
It was as simple as actually getting that res off. It was so close to Hang got it off right before he died, and he was able to actually save himself during that fight, too. But the fact that they got a res and Unko didn't was absolutely what won them that fight. Now they have about 4 minutes left to finish out this map.
So for the side of coming out from Liquid, this isn't the worst. 3 minutes for last is definitely doable. We've seen people get this in way shorter amount of time, but Rogue has proven resilient here. They are going to have to deal with Tavik, and Tavik does have the barrage up, so he's moving in over the top, and the defense being very aggressive here. I don't know if I actually like this. They're very split up for how aggressive they're being.
Yeah, I think maybe the kind of aggressive defense doesn't work as well on this last point because you can get really punished for overextending. They're going to try to hit this high Noonan, but a lot of shields up, not going to get anything out of it. Whoa, wait!
Dummy getting 2 kills here for the offense. ID versus Vico at the top in a fair battle. ID gonna take it. Everything going right for Liquid here on this push. Unko going down after the res, and even after the res, things not looking all that great for Rogue. Yeah. Team Liquid in hot pursuit, and they are coming very close here, Hex. They have all sorts of time to finish out this map.
Dummy found an angle that I did not see. There was a Reinhardt shield up, there was a Winston fish bubble up, and he still got off to the left, found people to the side, able to get 2 kills on that high noon, which started this fight. There's a barrage up that should be able to finish it.
And comes the barrage from ID, looking to be the finisher here, and that is going to be it. Liquid taking map 1 away from Rogue. Well played, the Liquid.
Yeah, that could not have started worse for them. That was the worst Kings Row map could have started on their defense, and they just brought it back, and AKM with a redemption play of the game.
We're going to get the instant replay here. This was such a play.
Hey, you know who else had a little spot in that play of the game? A little bit of Zarya. Little Zarya shield there.
Why not?
So yeah, 8:02. I mean, it just had to be a little bit faster. Not a stellar time, but when you put up a defense like they did, you have all the time in the world to work with. They threw away a couple fights in the middle, kind of as uncoordinated as it could be. But when they got the enemy Pharah down and the enemy Mercy down rather, and theirs lived. Sometimes that's all it takes to win a fight. Actually, a lot of times that's all it takes to win a fight. And just a couple times when one team had the advantage of a Mercy died, their Mercy died immediately. That's why we had that weird 5 minutes where it was just absolute brawl and neither team really won or lost a fight. It was kind of that stalemate in the middle. But good job to Liquid, take down Rogue in the first map. It's going to be Rogue's next map pick. It's either going to be, I think, Watchpoint Gibraltar or Hollywood.
Gibraltar or Hollywood will be Gibraltar, and that makes sense. Rogue has actually made Gibraltar one of their hallmark maps. They're one of the best teams in the game at it. We've seen them do well time and time again. And I'll tell you what, for fans of Hanzo, get ready because Tavik is almost certainly going to be coming in with your geometry class in session. Should be a joy to watch. He's had some great games as Hanzo.
Yeah, Hanzo is definitely kind of sneaking his way into the meta in certain maps. Definitely a niche pick, but like when top level players start playing him, I think Gods plays a little bit of Hanzo as well. So definitely he's definitely a pick on Gibraltar. You see a lot of dragons on Gibraltar. We've seen dragons on King's Row too, and every time I say that, the dragon mostly in competitive is not really going to clean up a team. It gets 5K, so I'm just going to say the dragon's going to kill 5 people at some point in this game.
At this point, you're just giving it. It's like, look, at some point the dragon will be sated.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but that dragon is going to feed.
Look,
it's just going to happen.
Even when it doesn't, though, it is actually a really nice ult in competitive just for what it does. And I mean, some of the joke sometimes is like it's a zoning ult when you get nothing out of an ult. That's a way to kind of buy it. But a dragon does force, it's such a huge ult, just its size-wise, actually, that it forces a team to split up often. And a split team is generally a dead team. If you can find those 2 who had to run left or the 3 who had to run right, you're able to clean them up because you're just forcing an advantage for your fight. It lasts so long, and it's essentially a giant wall that kills you if you touch it. So it can be used to that effect as well. And hopefully we do see that Hanzo. We might even see it coming out from Liquid, as that's what ID is queued up on now.
That'd be interesting to see them come out the offensive Hanzo as well. But actually, it's not surprising. We've seen ID do it quite a bit as well. We talk about Tavik a lot because he was one of the first people to really do offensive Hanzo on this map. But ID's played a very good Hanzo as well. In fact, I believe it was against C9 where he went in and got something like 3-4 kills in the very beginning. So ID's Hanzo is definitely to be respectable here on Gibraltar as well.
Well, I mean, the rest of that defense is coming out looking pretty standard, really. Nox is going to play the Lucio. Wins is going to play Soldier 76, a great hero on this map. He's a great hero everywhere now, but it used to be one of his first appearances on this map. Tavik will be playing that Pharaoh. Reinforce, of course, on the Reinhardt, as I call it. Unko will be on Mercy, AKM on that Reaper.
Meanwhile, taking a look here at the offense as I set up, it's going to be Dummy on the Roadhog, Mesrar on the Reinhardt, Minstrel on Lucio, Dahang on Mercy, AZK on the 76, and Geometry class in session. ID going to be on the Hanzo.
Dahang totally taunted us. He was on Zenyatta for a second. I didn't even recognize what the hero was called. I had to look it up.
Yeah, Zenyatta with about a 0% pick rate in a lot of recent tournaments as of late. Zenyatta is the ultimate milk carton status hero. Even Torbjorn has played more than Zenyatta.
Even May is played more than Zenyatta is. So an interesting defense here, not holding server room, which has been kind of the standard place for teams to hold. They're just running it, kind of just giving them ground, just going to take this fight in an open area, conceding a lot of the high ground, but Wins is trying to pepper away at the top, trying to deny this Hanzo, and they do as Tavik comes over the top, takes down ID.
Tavik was able to take out ID with authority here, the defense being a little bit more aggressive than we're used to seeing. They're not holding back just in the server room. With ID down, they're not going to have to worry about any sort of scatter arrow shenanigans, at least for a little bit, so good pushing by Tavik, buys the defense quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, this seems to be Rogue's MO. Like I said, I haven't been able to cast a lot of them, and seeing it in this perspective, they just seem to really favor kind of a passive into aggressive defense, whereas they'll give up some ground, but when they want to fight, they're going to take the fight to the offense.
ID right now, not really having a whole lot of luck here on Hanzo. Again, Hanzo's a character that is feast or famine. Either you're getting huge pickoffs or you're being useless. And ID right now, trending more towards useless territory, but is able to pick off AKM in close range, takes out Reinforce, and now is trying to put Hanzo to his advantage. Gets one shot in the Mercy, gets two. ID now coming in force. Commentator's anti-curse, or whatever you want to call it, right now in action, as off of these Hanzo picks, Liquid now able to get some traction.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is in kind of the offensive spot here. Look how far back Wins has to be. They're just going to have to kind of give up the cart. Nox at the last second with the clutch play, jumps in. Here comes the Dragon, comes through, takes down Nox. Actually, that was
he takes out Nox, and that Dragon forces everyone to go to the other door and buys enough time for Liquid to get to the checkpoint. So in the end, Hanzo definitely doing some work. However, if you're a fan of Hanzo, I would not expect it to last. ID will probably be switching off of him after his next death.
Maybe. It depends if the defense can stabilize. If it can stabilize in this shuttle area on the bridge, it becomes really hard to crack. And one of the great ways to crack it is just to send a Dragon through it. But you're probably right. Reinforce gets hooked off the ledge, which just means that defense is in a tough spot. They're going to choose to take a fight instead of waiting around.
Soundbearer coming in here from the offense as they move forward, as well as Attack Visor. AZK looking for value. ID was able to take out Unko in the very beginning of the fight. And Tavik right now doesn't even care that he's 13 HP, but Minstrel says, look, you can't bring that in here. Takes him out. And Liquid, with a lot of momentum in the hangar phase, Rogue kind of collapsing at the moment.
Yeah, they're burning through this, and it's really bad to give up this much ground early in the hangar phase. You want to be able to hold this high ground. We've seen teams like Cloud9 hold this high ground forever. It's kind of their signature, and now they have to fight right at the cart.
Sound Bear coming in with an Earth Shadow. That's going to take out ID, and likely more as Wins and AKM just going crazy in the backline. And here comes a Death Blossom out from AKM. Picks up another 4 kills. That resurrection was not what they wanted, as AKM was ready for the punish.
Let's up the tempo.
Well, that is a pretty good Reaper play out of AKM. That's as solid as it can be. They are going to switch off. No more Hanzo, unfortunately. It is going to be a Pharah instead out of ID. And that's one way to get ground back. Now they're at top of the shuttle. They're going to deny entrance in. A big concussion blast throws a little wrench into the offensive plan early on.
I'm going to note, by the way, ID no longer on the Hanzo. Geometry Class is dismissed. Instead, he is now on the Pharah. Looking for some pickups here. Going to take out Wins, so good opening here from Team Liquid, getting 2 kills. Tavik, though, still in the back. Does have Barrage at the ready. Could do some serious damage to the offense. I think Barrage will be at the ready here in just a moment. He's looking for his opportunity. Holding it, and here comes the Justice. Takes out 2. ID's going to punish him, but not before 2 of his teammates fall. Very close right now in the payload.
So Dahang does get out, and he's able to stay with ID. So this push is going to have a much more forward position here. They're going to be able to stay kind of in the fight and not get pushed all the way back in the defense while they're waiting for reinforcements. They're going to have some nice ultimates to work with. Attack Visor from AZK has done some carrying work. ID is going to have Barrage. If they don't get picked off here, they do get picked off. AKM clutching it.
AKM coming in. He almost has another Death Blossom up as everyone's in a very tight room. AKM must be looking at shops. He knows there's a big opportunity here. Unfortunately, he does have to back off for now, but he's going to teleport right back up and hope, and just hope that Rogue goes through that room again.
All right, so back on the shuttle here. I thought they were going to be able to hold this a little bit and get the reinforcements, but getting picked off there is really rough for ID. They're going to try to push right side. Maybe the Roadhog is in there alone. They're going to try to regroup. This concussion blast every time they walk in is really throwing off the offensive push.
Really has. ID, though, getting in motion, does take out AKM, Wins with the counterfire right away. Both teams down a player as the fight develops. And the defense, oh my goodness, the Earth Shatter coming in from Reinforce, knocking down 3, forcing out the res. Liquid absolutely getting bullied around here. Sound Bear coming up from the defense, and I'm not even sure they needed it here, as they're just going to mop up the last few remaining people. Oh, Hog, dummy, I appreciate the effort, but goodbye.
Do you really?
Feeling spry.
So, I mean, for dummy, why not do the whole hog? He was doing it before the fight actually broke down, but fortunately just not getting the values looking for. In fact, after using the log, he's going to McCree,
That's
so...
the only way that was an okay ultimate there, because everyone was dead when he hit Q. So he's going to switch to McCree, that's fine. Then if you're going to get off the hog, then might as well hold it before you do. So switch Ondo. This is to try to deal with Tavik, who's been a monster. And, it's just these concussion blasts. Every time they walk through, they're coming in as a unit. They're ready to fight. And then all of a sudden they get concussion blast, and that's it. Dummy, though, nice switch. Takes down Tavik.
He was able to take out Tavik really early in this fight, and this is going to open them up. Sound Bear out here for the offense. They're looking for blood. Mercy eats 1 rocket. Will it be 2? Mercy getting away, but oh my god, the long-range rocket taking out Unco. ID's aim on point. And now 2 extra kills here for the side of Liquid. They should be able to just roll to the checkpoint. No resurrection on the menu. And Win's going to be the final kill here as Liquid finally getting through the hangar phase for about 4 under 5 minutes left for them to get to the last.
Yeah, as Slasher would say, ID is not so much a Pharah main as he is a Quake main. And those long-range rockets connecting for him there just really show his pedigree.
Oh man, Reaper's right up here looking for a little bit of razzle-dazzle, but it's like, wait a second, I have no team and a Pharah shooting at me. I'm just going to Wraith Form away. And AKM will be able to go back to safety, but man, did he come close to dying.
Alright, so they finally break through. They've got a ton of nice ultimates to work with. They do have Resurrection as well, so they can fight at any time they choose. They're just kind of slow push here. Mez is taking a ton of shield damage.
ID in the back finds the Mercy. Mercy, though, speed boosts away. Oh, wow. Nox saving the Mercy with that speed boost. Very well timed. Mercy almost got deleted. Both teams down 2 players here, but Mercy's still going to be in play here. And Unco could be using the res. And there it is. Res coming back up, bringing up all the people that did die to that barrage. That was great Mercy protection. There's no other way of saying it.
Well, they know that the res was just used. They're going to have a small window. The smallest of windows is the res advantage in this game. So if they want to get super aggressive, they can do it right now. But now the window is almost over as Mercy's nearing 70% on the defense as well.
Oh, Tavik going to the back. He finds the hang, presses Q. Mercy removed from the game, looking for more. AZK gonna take him out for the attempt, but Mercy is not coming back to life.
Oh, you
Still, oftentimes, pretty worth.
you poor souls.
Still a rough meta for Mercy, though.
Yeah, you poor souls who play Mercy.
You have AKM coming out. The Death Blossom does remove one, and Tavik gonna get a bit of the extra follow-up. Rogue removing Team Liquid once again. And Rogue coming in with a pretty good defense here on last, and for Liquid, 3 minutes remaining.
Well, Gibraltar is a map that you can hold on, you know, the first point you can hold in shuttle, so just completing the map is usually a pretty good goal to have here. They're gonna, again, they've got the tools to work with here. They've got both support ults. They should sound better in response to this. They do. Here comes an Earth Shatter at some point. They're playing around Earth Shatter a lot.
They are, and AZK right now coming in on the 76. 2 kills here for the defense, make it 3. The Reinforced Hammer just gonna crack him in the back of the head. And again, the defense Rogue hang on here. I feel like Liquid's last attack, or their overall attack strategy here on last, is not really been paying off for them. They just haven't seemed as corny as they should be, and Rogue is able to pick them apart as they come in, get the picks they need, and it's been rough.
Well, the high ground bridge is really where these fights are won and lost. You have to be able to take it. If the offense can take the high ground bridge when they've been trying to set up every time the defense, then they're in a good spot. But AKM and Winston have been up here every time. See, this is a great answer. Dummy comes in on Winston. They're going to take this high ground immediately away. That changes the battlefield significantly.
Mesrar taking out AKM in the beginning. That engine of DPS is gone for the defense. Unco might be looking for res, but Dummy takes her out. There will be no res. 2 people are down now for the side of Rogue, and Liquid now finally getting through. This is what they needed, and I'm not sure the defense is going to be able to regroup here. This is a very bad place for a defense to get wiped.
The Winston switch has been absolutely perfect. It got them that high ground. It totally knocked off all their DPS characters from where it allows them to take down the Mercy they're late too. If he gets his Primal Rage up, which he's pretty far away, well, actually, yeah, no, he's at 9% away, and he can lock down a door and finish this map.
The barrage comes in from ID. AZK right now with a little bit of fall through. 3 kills here for Liquid. This is absolutely the death chain part of the game. Unco trying to build a res, not going to happen. ID takes him out. Now only a few more kills here for Liquid to complete the map, but it took them just about every last bit of time that they had.
I'm going to give Dummy his props there. That's a great call to switch to Winston. He played to a great Winston. He did exactly what we were talking about. Took that high ground early on, finished off a Mercy, Primal Rage to finish off the map. It's one of the harder maps to finish off because the spawns are so close. Great call there. It allowed him to finish that map.
That's a weird bug where the play of the game just doesn't let him right away. It's just this black screen of anticipation, but AKM goes in, lands a huge Death Blossom, and good stuff coming out from him.
Okay, so
9:46 will be the time to beat.
Beatable, but as I said, Gibraltar is a weird map that, I don't know, if you don't get the right momentum going through certain phases, you can just get absolutely shut down. I feel like this map, especially early on in the earlier days of Overwatch, was just shuttle or bust. If you oftentimes team will get locked out on the shuttle. It's because once that door closes behind the cart, there's only 4 small entrance ways. If you can't find a hero to take the high ground to get them off the shuttle on defense, you're just in a rough spot. So yes, it's not the greatest time in the world, but almost any time at Gibraltar you feel okay about if you're attacking first.
Indeed. Well, we're going to take a look here at the defense as they roll out here for the side of Team Liquid. Team Liquid, even though this is a long time to hold and we've seen some very electric offenses come out from the side of Rogue, I feel like Liquid, they, in terms of their defense, they could come out very, very strong and they could hold for that long. And we'll see what the offense has in store as well. But while we're talking about the defense, it will be ID on the defensive Pharah, AZK on the 76 to hang on Mercy, Minstrel on the Winston, Dummy on the Roadhog, and Mesrar gonna finish things out here on the Roadhog, or on the Reinhardt. Apologies.
Okay, so triple tank, single support coming out for the defense. A little bit risky, but I think Tahang has played well enough to earn this spot of being the solo support, but pray for Mercy. Oddly enough, they're running a solo support on offense, which is something we've seen Rogue do. This is very aggressive, but it's going to be a solo support and Nox on Lucio. Unco right now is queued up on Tracer. He might switch to something different, but since we've seen this aggressive offense from him, he might actually be playing that Tracer. AKM, of course, is going to be on Reaper. Wins is on the Winston for now. Tavik will be on Genji, reinforced now on D.Va, which is an interesting pick. He might switch that, but we have seen a ton of offensive D.Va on Gibraltar especially. LG was one of the first teams to run it way back in the day because Enigma is in love with D.Va, runs it every chance he gets, really.
Enigma does love D.Va,
yeah.
and why not? And We'll see just what the offense does have in store here for the side of Rogue. And D.Va, I mean, she's not bad. And the other thing here of note is that I really do like the Genji pick here, even though we've seen Tavik run Hanzo time and time again. Genji is still, I feel like, underplayed overall in the meta. He's still really good. Players like Tavik and Cheer4 can be nothing but explosive with him. And once Dragon Blade comes out here, Tavik is going to have a lot of options.
Yeah, the defense was holding kind of forward, a little aggressive. They just kind of had their timings down. They knew that it was a little too forward there. They're going to hold in server room, which is not where Rogue chose to hold, but it's they were kind of the outlier. This is where most teams hold right now on Gibraltar.
Team Liquid is just holding in that server room. They're not really looking to do anything crazy. They're going to let Rogue come to them. And we'll see how Rogue decides to do this. Will they challenge it directly or will they try and ignore it? Both ways can be effective. As Tavik right now getting in onto the Reinhardt, building up his Dragon Blade. AZK though in the back, getting the first kill on the wins, sitting here laying in the 76 damage. AKM getting absolutely drilled right now by AZK. Defense is getting bled a little bit as Tavik getting into the backline. AKM gonna pick up a kill as well, and overall I think this is advantage Rogue. The resurrection does come in, but they're bloodying them so hard. AKM got into the backline. If they don't suffer too much in the way of this attack visor, they're gonna have ults of their own here in a moment to really turn the tables on Liquid.
Well, the attack visor does very little because D.Va busted out her, just, you know, one of her basic abilities, which completely nullifies it. Then they dropped a Winston shield. Nice coordination there to really negate all the power of it. Unko goes off, finishing a lot of kills with 3Ks on Tracer.
And just like that, the offense Rogue going to cut right through here. And here's the important thing, Hex. They're going to be able to get positioning here in the hangar. Yeah. They're going to chain the death here on the AZK. AZK is down, and oh no, if Mercy dies here, it would be an absolute catastrophe for the side of Liquid. And it's going to happen. Tavik still in the back line, still has Dragon Blade up. And this is bad if you are a fan of Liquid. Rogue is doing everything they want to do right now. And it's rough.
A couple kills from Dummy may slow this down a little bit at the very least, but this map, more than any other payload or hybrid map, is all about momentum. You need this positioning to really deny the defense any sort of solid positioning on Shuttle. Taking Shuttle is really how you win this map. This room is the bane of an offense's existence. If you can get in early, that really helps out.
Here comes the Dragon from Tavik. Tavik has Mercy in sights. Gonna eat the flashbang instead, though. It was not expecting that from behind, and really, even though he takes out Mezrar, not the greatest Dragon Blade coming out, although he does have it long enough to take out Dummy, takes out Mercy in the end. So Tavik making something out of nothing there. What was a bad situation? Bad no longer. The offense maintaining momentum, and Liquid very scattered right now on their defense. But they're coming right back in force. What was looking bad, they're turning back in their favor in a hurry.
Yeah, the tank's doing some work there. Minstrel and Maz are combining for a couple kills. They got some chip-in damage from their own Reaper as well. That was ID before he went down. So they have stabilized here on the defense. Only need to hold the map for 7 more minutes.
Good choice.
Yeah. AZK, I say good choice. Why not, Soldier? Why not? So,
well, this is the prime spot, right? This is where teams want to set up, especially with this composition. Get the shield up here, and it's all on AZK now, just peppering the doors. Like I said, the entry points for this is just 4 small doors all over the place, and it's really hard to break this position.
One thing of note, by the way, the D.Va Dream is dead. Reinforced now on the Reinhardt, deciding he does not want D.Va for this point. And here comes AZK now with the flanking attack visor. Doesn't have the best targets right now, just shooting tanks, but hey, he's getting damage in. It's working out. He has a double kill, looking for a little bit more. Almost kills Tavik outright with the Helix rocket. Will drill him again. And AZK just getting all the kills in the world right now. Doesn't even look like the greatest attack visor has begun, but it's still worked out.
Yeah, this is Soldier 76's favorite spot in the entire game. We've seen Shore4 hold this spot for minutes upon minutes, and you get this set up, and then occasionally he's going to get the damage boost as well. It's just, this is the best spot in the world for Soldier 76. 4 small doors, all just getting eaten by his pulse rifle.
All right, Soundbearer coming out right now from the side of the offense. The offense looking for their opportunity. ID very far back, but look, he's stalking Unko. Unko has no idea. Unko needs to just Guardian Angel out of here in a hurry. That's exactly what he's going to do. He gives ID the slip. And not the worst, ID actually just got nothing done there. Failure on all counts. Resurrection, though, will be bringing back in the fight. Reinforced getting to the back, looking for a good opportunity to drop the hammer. Here comes the hammer, knocks down 3. He's not getting the real fall he needs here. Gets no kills off of it as Minstrel getting the counter. ID, though, Death Blossom going in. Tavik says no, takes him out. And Rogue slowly fighting this in their favor.
Yeah, follow-up was a little bit late. That fight could have been over had they been there a second earlier. Now the fight's going to continue on, but Tavik pops that tactical visor, takes down 2 wins, picks up Minstrel on the kill as well. This should be Rogue's point.
Rogue getting things moving in their favor, and time-wise, they still have over 5 minutes here, Hex, especially if they get it on this point. This is rough here for Liquid. Their attack was so slow that they don't have much of a time buffer. And holding last for 5 minutes, while not impossible, pretty difficult.
It can be a hard map to close out, though, because those spawns are so close. Now, you really want your tanks to have ults up to close out this map. Earth Shatter and Primal Rage are great to lock down these small doors. Small doors are a theme of the Vulture, essentially.
ACAM went for the over-aggro res, was immediately punished by Dummy, but will be rezzed up, and now he's going with the Winston that's also being highly aggro, has Death Blossom on the way. This might be biting off too much, ACAM. Just go back to your team. It's done. Nope.jpg. Get out of there.
Yeah, but you see, this is exactly where they want to hold, because they know that once you hold this top bridge as an offense or a defense, it becomes really difficult to dislodge you. This should be the defense's top priority.
ACAM does go for a Death Blossom, takes out to Hang. There will be no defensive res. 3 big kills here for the offense. They have everything in their favor, and now they're just going to hunt down the survivors. They're going to chain the deaths. And by the time the last person falls, the defense might not be able to reset up here, and Rogue is really putting themselves in a great position to even up the series 1-1.
Well, they're actually going to go and spawn because they don't want to chain deaths. They're waiting for both their tanks. They know that they're going to have a moment to set up, that they can't do much now. AKM gets outside the door a little too aggressive. Now they're going to jump in, so it's kind of smart to not stagger. Their ID starts it off with a kill on wins.
Attack visors coming out right now from both sides. Tavik over the top does have the better vantage point, takes out AZK, looking for a little bit more. The offense in a killer position at the moment as AKM takes out ID. They only need a few more kills. They are getting those kills. And Hex, time-wise, I don't think Liquid's going to hold here for another 3.5 minutes.
It does not seem to be the case. They need to win a fight convincingly, and now they're not in the right position to do it. Now Dahang is trying to get enough pistol damage to bring a res up. Can he go hero? Nope, takes a hammer to the face. That should be it. AZK is going to stall it out momentarily, but momentarily is all he's going to ask for.
So there you have it, Rogue evening up the series. We have another game, or another set here tonight, going to 3. Wouldn't have it any other way. And good stuff coming out from Rogue.
Yeah, I think they just understood the last point positioning a lot more. That bridge is really the make or break last point. They took it really well on defense, and then they took it again on offense.
So this is Vik play of the game coming out here as Genji. It didn't even start out as the greatest Dragon Blade, but he was able to make it work out. Got the kills he needed, and to this day, I'm still confused as to why you don't see Tavik stand the Genji a little bit more. Every time you see him on the Genji, great things happen, and then it's just sort of... I know part of it is that Genji is better in certain points than others. I completely get that. And that it does bias it to where, well, gee, why not run Genji all the time? And yet, on the same note, I'm not convinced that Genji wouldn't be still effective if you ran him in other places that teams don't run him in.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is you want to run a hero that's not going to die to Winston's and Zarya's as easily as Genji dies to Winston and Zarya's, and I think he's a great momentum shifter, right? You need 2K or 2 kills or 3 kills, even 5 kills. Like, Genji can get that for you because his ult works that way. So when you need to really get the push going, you go on Genji, but I think as far as consistency goes and consistent damage output, there are some heroes that shine better than him, so maybe that's what they're thinking, but I love watching Genji play. I'd agree with you.
Alrighty, so... we're going to be going right into Hollywood, and it is going to be Rogue on the attack here first. We're getting into it very quickly. Team Liquid versus Rogue, both of them fighting proceeding here in the Beat Invitational. Long day here today, in part because of server issues, but would not have it any other way. Thank you, everyone here, for joining us in this tournament, and after this, we still have one more set coming your way.
Yeah, while I have a moment, I'm not passed out yet just from sleep deprivation. I do want to thank our sponsors as well for putting on this prize pool for the tournament. That is Matcherino, PvP Live, Steel Series, Twitch, and Soylent. So thank you to them. You know what they do. Matcherino crowdfunds esports. Exclamation put Matcherino in chat gets you to our page. PvP Live covers esports. If you want news and events, check them out daily because everything in Overwatch changes every single day. Trust me, I've been doing this for a little bit and everything changes all the time. Steel Series, we mentioned it. I have the mouse pad. I love it. They make great peripherals for your computer. And of course, Soylent. It is a snack and a drink. Very efficient way to get your calories done for the day. If you don't like cooking or you just want something on the go, Soylent will hook you up there. We're also giving away some Soylent on our Matcherino page, so exclamation point Matcherino will take you there for all the details. Whew.
Alrighty, so we are ready to go here in just a moment. We're waiting for the admin to hit start. Should be here in just a moment, and here we go. Hollywood on the way, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, game 3, Rogue versus Liquid coming up. It is going to be Liquid first on the defense. You know, and I will say, we mentioned this before the set, that Dummy would find his place. I think he's had some moments here. He's found his place. It looks like he's settled down. He just had a rough couple maps tonight.
I think Dummy's definitely settled down. He's had a much better go of it.
I mean, it's not just on the Winston play, which I think he did have a great play on it. Actually, I think he was the sole reason they were able to cap Gibraltar at the end there, but also he's had some decent moments on McCree as well. All right, so the defense is going to be Team Liquid. They are going to run, I believe, there's a few characters I feel comfortable calling immediately, even though some people are not queued up yet. That is going to be Mez on the Reinhardt. AZK, of course, will play a defensive Soldier 76. Dummy on a hero that I think he shines probably the best on in Zarya. And even though Zarya may not be always on defense on Hollywood, we're going to see Dummy run that here, which I think is a great call, especially if you're going to run a defensive Pharah, because you give her the shielding and jump over the top. That is going to be ID on that Pharah. To hang, of course, will be running Mercy. And they're going to run a second support, too, in Minstrel, because with that Pharah going through the air, it's going to expose to hang a lot of times. If you do lose that Mercy, you don't want to lose all of your support, which is why Minstrel is going to be running that second support. Over on the offense, Reinforce is going to run his Reinhardt, as always, one of his main tank heroes. Tavik is going to grant all of our wishes and play a secondary, or a second moment of Genji here, at least for the gates. Wins is going to be running Zarya as well. Nox will be on the offensive Lucio. AKM is going to bust out that Reaper, and Unko going to play Tracer. So they're running yet again a single support offense. This Blitzkrieg offense has been Rogue's flavor of choice for the evening. So early on in this match, they're just going to kind of poke at each other, but that is not what Rogue wants to do. They're jumping in right away. Reinforce goes over the top in the back lines already, takes down AZK. That's a huge first kill.
It is a huge first kill, and thank you, X, for going in there. Minor emergency going in the back. Everything is okay, though. Thus, the fact is, Minor, I am back, and they are getting right back into it. The offense really doing whatever they want to Liquid here, setting a beautiful tide here on point A. And this is big. I'm not even sure the defense can come back here in time.
I love how Rogue's playing. Win, lose, or draw. This is a cool style to see, and it's actually kind of weird to see it out of the European teams, as it's generally been the American teams who are just ultra aggressive in esports, but they are taking a page out of that, democracy playbook here, and they're just rolling in on teams. Look how far forward AKM. AKM just shadow stalked right in front of them. He doesn't care.
He does go in, and he 5 HP right now, Hex, and he is still alive. Meanwhile, you look at Tavik, he's chasing the Mercy down. One more right click's gonna kill this Mercy. Does take it out. Will the Dragon Blade be in progress? And very well could be here.
They just had to res back there because of the pressure Tavik put on. Oh my god, that offense is so aggressive.
Highly aggressive. You do see the defense right now trying to get back onto the point. Dummy right now getting in on things as the defense really just struggling to stabilize here. Rogue has been able to do everything they want to do. Tavik is coming back into the fight. He does have Dragon Blade. And AKM and Win starting to turn this in their favor. AKM, the Death Blossom, takes out Mesrar. Lucio with no friends on the cart. Down goes Minstrel. 4 kills here for the side of Rogue. And Rogue looking very good. And I'm just going to note again, Tavik still hanging on to that Dragon Blade.
This just has, I mean, we called it the Blitzkrieg offense, but it's just so aggressive. This single support, they're not running a Mercy for most of it. Now I guess Nanko is on the Mercy, but they haven't needed it. I just can't believe that Shadow Stalk out of AKM. Yes, he took a lot of damage. He also bought their time. Tavik is just doing so much work on Genji.
Tavik is really looking great on Genji right now. ID, though, for the defense is bringing him right back. Big Share coming in, knocks down 2. Tavik, though, doesn't care. Goes in and kills Mesrar before he can even fall up. And here comes Dragon Blade, slicing and dicing, but it's going to beat the sound barrier. He gets booped back. Minstrel doing a great job of stopping Tavik from getting the value he's looking for here. And yet the offense pushes forward. They're still moving. Mercy with the pistol out, just trying to stay alive. As again, the offense being absolutely relentless. But look at this, Unko in the back. Gonna get taken up on ID. ID able to find his prey.
Another smart switch from Dummy, though. He was on the Zarya early, but when he noticed that Tavik was just giving everyone all sorts of trouble, yes, Zarya is good, and she does have a beam, but it's more consistent to be able to take down a Genji with a Winston. Your health pool is also higher. Also better for this phase is you're able to take the high ground and not just wait for the Genji to come to you. But I think AZK might have played the game there just on a shutdown, as Wins was trying to get his high noon up, and he just took a Helix Rocket to the head.
Very, very likely. Still, Rogue, after a very good opening, starting to get stalled out here a little bit by Team Liquid. Team Liquid looking to win this map. We are tied 1-1 on the series, so could really go either way as the defense, interesting enough, they're not trying to hold the high ground, which very well could be a mistake. As you see, ID, though, he was able to take out Reinforce, still has a Death Blossom, and ID really being the hero at the moment for Liquid. He's been getting the picks he needs to get. He's moving forward, and AKM right now, Reaper v Reaper duel. He's going to win that with the help of AZK, getting to the back line. Wraith forms out just in time, and the defense poking where they need the poke and keeping the Rogue offense back.
Yeah, they're not ready for this fight to end, though, as they use a resurrection in not the biggest value of terms, but they want to keep this going. They like their positioning right now. Reinforce going to come in and bomb the back line.
But coming up from Wins zoning the defense out, back and forth here, but here comes the Death Blossom in the back. ID looking for value, doesn't actually find that much. The defense starting to bleed out players as the offense applying the pressure, but ID does find something there. The left click's coming into play, takes out both Tavik and Nox, and again, ID being the rock here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's really easy to shoot people in the head when they're lying on the ground, as Mez put them on the ground with his Earth Shatter. The cart is not at high enough elevation to save you, just kind of fell down on that limo, and then Hellfire shotguns make quick work of non-moving targets.
Alright, so again, looking at the defense. The defense loaded for Bear in the next fight. Rogue has been having a rough time of it, but going against all these defensive vaults, it's going to be even rougher. AZK is going to have the attack visor at the ready. Dummy's already in the back for Primal Rage. Does have to leap back to safety. But even just sound barrier into attack visor alone could spell absolute trouble here for the offense.
Yeah, but once they've lost their momentum, they've been having a hard time pulling this back. They just have not really had the openings or like the several kills, and they've really unable to been getting to hang too. He's been clutching it with the reses.
Tavik was looking for an opportunity to get the barrage, really wasn't able to get it. Got booped back by Minstrel, goes for the razzle dazzle shot, does not get it, but still good stuff coming out here from Rogue. They're starting to turn this in their favor. Tavik still holding that ultimate resource at bay. Earthshatter, though, coming down, doesn't really knock down anyone, but ID got into the back, got the 4 kill. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, AKM decides to waste his Death Blossom for absolutely no good reason, unless he's switching off a Reaper, which I think is the only reason he would do that there. Everyone was dead, and he Death Blossomed in the middle of that team, knowing like there was a Reinhardt shield there. Okay, so just maybe he fat-fingered it, maybe it was just a mistake, but a tough Death Blossom there from AKM.
Get the payload moving.
All right, so the offense for Rogue, the offense that started out the game very, very swiftly, having all sorts of issues. Tavik still holding on to that barrage. We'll see if it gets value here. Reinforce does have a good Earthshatter. Wow, what a knockback from Tavik. Saying, Winston, this is a no-fly zone. Winston, though, not taking no for an answer, coming right back up. Tavik now in the back line, is able to take out AZK, looking for more, putting Mercy under pressure, putting Lucio off the roof. And now here comes the barrage in just a second. Point blank barrage on the Mercy, but unfortunately, she got the res off right before.
Well, now
Might not be enough, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're finally trailing enough kills together that, you know, after the resurrection came off, this is finally a big cleanup. I think Minstrel might come in and just try to delay while they're down goes Minstrel. Never mind. This is going to be finally the point, but that is a huge stall out from Liquid after just getting rocked on first point.
Enemy seen.
So 3-3-1 remaining, and this is really good for Liquid. Liquid needed that. They needed to not get wrecked in a short amount of time, and even if they lose now, they've given themselves a lot of room to maneuver here in Hollywood. AKM, though, going in, chain the kills a little bit more, does take out to hang, has Death Blossom at the ready. This could be huge if he gets in right behind the Reinhardt, but no, gonna get booped back right into ID's shotguns. ID says, I am still here. ID's been having himself a game.
He's played a really good Reaper, and I think they've needed that out of him. Yes, they're running without Pharah, but I think they figured it out that if AZK can just deal with that Pharah, that ID can do so much work on Reaper that it's worth it. And they're not trying
Speaking of ID on Reaper, he is about to have a Death Blossom. Oh no, AKM, not like this! AKM gets caught teleporting in. ID at the immediate punish. Here comes the Sound Bear, and ID might be looking for more. Does have Death Blossom at the ready. AZK, though, with the attack visor, taking out 2. Make it 3. AZK just gunning down the offense one by one. That's going to be another hold here for Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I just really like that they're not trying to force anything here. Generally, it would be ID on the Pharah, and then they would try to run Dummy on the Reaper, and he just wasn't getting it done. So now they're letting Dummy run characters that he's good at. He's had a good Winston game. It's been enough. Let your players run what they're comfortable with and what they're good at. They're not forcing it. They're playing better because of it.
ID right now, oh no, is the Death Blossom on the way? That could have been good. He does not trust himself to go for it. Probably a good decision. 3 people versus 1, he will have been DPS down. But now, in return, because he didn't get that, AKM coming with the Death Blossom of his own, gets nothing, ends up getting knocked down by Mezrar. Mezrar in the clutch, saving his team, and there comes ID with the Death Blossom, taking out 2. A little bit messy, but Liquid definitely making a case here as they defend this. Sound Bearer, though, out from the offense, they're still looking for blood. AKM versus Reinhardt will take out Mezrar, and the Sound Bearer doing wonders for the side of Rogue as they move in. They only need a few more kills to turn this in their favor. And AKM still up for blood, looking for Lucio. Lucio not going to die. ID says, I got you, fam. Takes him out instead.
Huge Earthshatter, though, is there going to be the follow-up as that's 4 down on the ground after that Earthshatter. This Soundbearer saves everyone's life.
This is all sorts of hectic here. Back and forth for both teams. Just when we think one team is about to get an edge, the other team comes back in. The defense swarming around the payload. And here comes a Barajo from Tavik in the back. Takes out Minstrel, but AZK right there. The immediate punish at the ready. Down goes Unco. Rez, though, coming up right before the death. And oh my goodness, Hex. This is so even. But Tavik saying, let me make that a little bit more uneven. Pick up 2 kills with the aid of AKM.
So close. Dang, just got his ult up and was unable to hit Q. I guarantee you he was slamming it before he was taken down. That was a huge defense, just a second away from getting that res back up. Minstrel saved everyone from dying a couple minutes earlier with a giant sound barrier after an Earth Shatter. ID did work on Reaper, liking the Blanco skin.
ID just getting in there, and ID had some really good moments here. And this wasn't even a Death Blossom. This was just, you're knocked down on the floor. Let me treat you to my friend, Mr. Left Click.
Yeah.
And that 8:56 is the time to beat. That is beatable at the very least. All hope is not lost here for Liquid.
No, not at all. Very beatable time. It's a hard map to close out, but if you can get the momentum there, I'd say it's pretty middle of the road, even on the slowish end, really. I mean, you expect a good Hollywood time between 6 and 8 minutes, so definitely beatable for Liquid. I mean, as bad as that first point went, and it went really bad, you almost missed all of it, really, because it was exactly what that offense is designed to do, and then they just rolled over, and they killed all the supports, and that's exactly, I don't know, it was a perfect offense.
I'll be honest and letting the chat know what happened there. When I said minor emergency, for a second, going off of the sounds from the hallway, it sounded like someone actually got bit by our dog here in the house. Apparently it was close, but didn't happen, I guess. I'm not sure yet whether the dog was at fault or the person was at fault. It was one of those things where either the dog got startled, it was like, whoa, get off me, or someone almost tripped over the dog. I don't even know. Either way, Frank or Z all the way. Blame Frank or Z for the slight confusion at the start there, but luckily everyone was okay. The dog is okay. Carry on.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe that's why the camera wasn't as perfect as they wanted it to be. I felt I held my own there for the brief time I had to do both the rosters and the play-by-play. I need the practice anyway, so it was good for me. So that is, time a little shy of 9 minutes. You can set that in the clock. This is the last map happening between these two teams. I think we have one more set, maybe even 2 after this. I don't know anymore.
We have one more set after.
All right.
It's the winner of this versus the loser of the winner-winner game.
Okay. Great. So on this defense, though, we are going to see a rogue defense. It's going to be Reinforce on his Reinhardt, Unco on Mercy, AKM on Reaper, Tavik on Pharah, Wins on Soldier 76, and Nox on Lucio. So again, they're not doing anything real flashy on defense, just running, a tank, 3 DPS, and a couple support, and it's worked out for them so far.
All right, we'll take a look here at the Team Liquid side, a team that has to beat the time of 8:56. It is going to be Minstrel here on the Lucio, ID on the Pharah, AZK on Zarya, Mesrar on the Reinhardt, Dummy going to be in the Roadhog, and Dahang on the Mercy.
All right, so we'll see. I think it's going to be a little slower offense. It's generally not like the huge Blitzkrieg offense. They're running 2 supports, a couple tanks, a couple DPS, as standard can be, that 2-2-2. So they're going to look for poke early on, maybe try to rearrange the battlefield, look for hooks, things of that nature, trying to get kind of that Pharah over the top. But there is going to be a Pharah v Pharah battle happening here.
Pharah v Pharah battle is happening, but one Pharah has a big high ground advantage, both looking for those rockets in the very beginning. Tavik versus ID going on right now, but the defense definitely getting the better of his. Rogue coming in big here, and for Rogue, one of the best ways of just winning this map is holding on point A. They do have a really long time to defend, so if they can get point A defense, which is an easier point to defend, it does sort of eliminate the fact that they would have to defend for a much longer period of time in streets and end.
All right, so much slower opening here from both sides, as expected. Just really looking for that long-range poke. I think you're going to see them try to rearrange here. They might even go right down Broad Street. They do. Boosted.
All right, so both teams getting to around. ID, though, finding Tavik, taking him out in that Pharah v Pharah battle. We'll see if ID can keep the momentum going here for the offense. Has 2 kills here thus far. Looking for a little bit extra. Minstrel even getting into the fray. Big res, though, from the defense. We'll see if that's enough. The defense is trying to hold on here. ID in the back. Mercy going to bite the dust.
That's
no extra
huge.
res here coming out here for the attackers, and that's unfortunate. They had a good shot there, but Mercy res just the killer of dreams.
Yeah, if Dahang brings it up, they turn it immediately into a 6v4, and they have a huge advantage. Tavik absolutely saving that. Now, the offense has done a good job of building some ults here, though.
Dummy able to take out Wins here on the attack. Dummy, again, he's had pretty good Roadhog all day. He's looking for a little bit more. Here comes the whole hog. Cracks Reinhardt shield, makes Reinhardt go down. But Reinhardt coming right back in. Earth Shatter on the way. Barrage coming in from ID. AZK with the follow through. Look at AZK, just attack visor in the building, gutting down 3 people. And Team Liquid now very likely to start the payload moving in their favor.
Just in general, Overwatch seems much more offense favored than I remember it even 2 weeks ago. Like, you just don't see the defenses you used to see on first points. There's not the first point holds even seem like a possibility anymore. It's just crazy how fast this game's evolving.
It's evolving at a very rapid pace. It's been awesome. Just different changes in meta, different changes how teams approach things. Teams are getting smarter too in terms of using map advantages to their advantage in these games.
I'm still here.
All right, so now the defense is set up pretty well. They're on first roof. They've got a kind of a squadron thing going on here. 3 on the ground, 3 on the roof. AKM's going to be looking for that giant Death Blossom as they are loaded up mostly with ults too. So I think they're going to probably wait for a while. That's a very quick res. Offense has turned that into an advantage on them now.
ID was able to force that res out of the defense in the very beginning. The offense now using their sound barrier, but they're so far back. I just feel like this wasn't what they were looking for. They don't get any edge on that whatsoever. Sound barrier effectively wasted there.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna, you know, I mean, I guess both sound barriers were effectively wasted there. So now that the scrappy fight takes its place on the roof, Wins takes down AK, Wins now dies. It's really back and forth.
It is back and forth. Dummy right now is about to get the Dragon Blade, looking for the Ferret kill. Lands the Shurikens, does not complete the kill. Oh well, but here comes Dragon Blade. He's looking for the slicing and dicing, dropping right down. Has Lucio in his sights, but Lucio's just speeding away, going, "You can't catch me!" And Dummy, yeah, just put it away. But still, the offense with a pretty good look there. They are gonna push things forward. Could have been worse.
Can't catch me on the Brazilian beat, man.
I actually just sort of heard that in Sonic's voice, to be honest. The other, "You're too slow." Poor Dummy, man. Either way, ID right now on the top here for the offense, keeping the defense off the rooftops. Tavik, though, got right in the back, deleted to hang from the game. There will be no res here for the offense, and this is a big opportunity for the defense. They can be a lot more aggro here, despite the ultimates that the offense has.
AZK gets a really nice early pick, but they're getting bullied off the positioning that they had early in that fight. They had second rooftop, and now they're getting pushed off of it. They have to back out of this. It's a lot because Dahang is now out of the fight. He's going to rejoin the fight. They really can't bleed kills right now. Oh, wow, a huge save from Mesrar. Saves his 76, turns it around, takes down Reinforce. That's a huge kill.
Yeah, AZK right now coming in with the Tactile Visor, takes out Reinforce, as you just mentioned, looking for a little bit more, takes out Unco, a double kill here for AZK, another value Tac Visor, but here comes the defensive rogue trying to hang on there. They're still down 2 people, and Tavik looking for the mid-air shots at Dahang, almost gets them, but Dahang, barely living right now, is able to give him a little bit of a juke move, and Tavik ends up killing himself on the right arch shield instead.
No, that is absolutely 100% Mesrar's point right there, because his Soldier 76 AZK got earth-shattered, knocked to the ground, was getting charged. He counter-charged the opposing Reinhardt and Reinforce, took him out, saved AZK's life. AZK went on to get 2 kills, including the Mercy there. That is absolutely Reinhardt's point. Great play.
Well, the offense right now, they're definitely saying a good time here. You look at it, they actually have 4 whole minutes left to beat Rogue's time. That is a lot of time to work here with Liquid. They are doing quite well indeed, and for ID right now, you look at the ults are up. They do have a little bit more ults in their favor. They can't sound barrier barrage, and that might be just what is going to happen here in just a moment, but ID, oh my goodness, Unco getting double rocketed. And here comes the sound barrier. ID is going to be looking for more. Concussive blasting to the back. Will Justice be raining from above? Everyone's so far back that ID just goes, you know what? I'm not going to dive you that far.
Reinforce taking a lot of damage on his shield. It's going to be down shortly. He actually has to keep it away, so now there's no shield up. Wins comes in to supplement that with his own Winston shield. Dummy's getting a nice kill. Takes down Tavik. That is a huge pick. Anytime Tavik is dead.
They're keeping them going, and Mercy right now is going to be receiving this barrage. Down goes Unco. AKM avenges Mercy instantly, but the damage has been done. This is really rough yet now for the defense.
Mercy's going to be receiving the barrage. Yeah, that's about right.
ID getting rezzed right back up. The resurrection is in play here from Dahang, and the offense just keeping it rolling. The Rogue just has not been able to stabilize this entire time, and they are paying the price as Liquid now, just pummeling their time.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to hope for a miracle to pull this back as they need to defend for 2.5 minutes. That is Liquid taking down Rogue, and I still just, that play Mesrar pulled off to keep AZK alive, and it could have been a tide-turning battle, and it was just a phenomenal Reinhardt play.
I'll play the game coming from Dahang. Dahang definitely had some good reses here, but I gotta say, I didn't actually expect this going in. I thought Rogue would take out Liquid, but it just shows how much Liquid has been improving over time.
Yeah, and I want to give Dummy all the credit in the world. He had a much better series tonight. I know we sounded like we were piling on earlier, but it was clearly his Reaper play wasn't up there. They found a spot for him. He's playing his better heroes. He's playing them great. So congrats to Dummy for having a better set now, and I think that he made